So first we need to talk about panic point number one. This happened a few months ago when silver crashed really hard, and gold too. But why did they crash that much? So if you look at an ounce of silver today, it's the exact same ounce as it was in January. It's the same metal. So what crashed was the pile of paper bets on top of silver. Let me explain. So by late January, silver was at $121 an ounce, and it was the most crowded trade on the planet. And worse, it was crowded with borrowed money. So leveraged ETFs, futures, margin accounts, people spending $1 to control $10 worth of silver. Then the exchanges, namely Comex, hiked margins. So what are margins? If you've never traded futures, margin is the deposit that the exchange has you make to control a leveraged position. Want to control $10 worth of silver with $1? No problem. You chuck in $1 as collateral. The trick is that they can raise that deposit amount whenever they like, from $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 to even $5, especially if they are crooks like Comex allegedly. And when it raises the minimum deposit, everyone who can't find the extra cash is forced to sell their position. So if you picture some guy who bought silver at $115 on 10x leverage, the margin requirement goes up from $1 to $2 or $3. His broker calls him and asks, can you put more money down? If he can't pay, the broker sells the entire position. Then that selling knocks price down, which triggers the margin call on the next guy. And his selling triggers the margin call on the next guy after that, all the way down the chain. Now, when you multiply that over a few 100,000 investors and traders, you get a 50% crash in silver. And if this feels familiar, it's because they did the exact same thing in 2011. Back then, silver hit $49 and Comex raised margin 5 times in 9 days. Traders still call that event the Sunday Night Massacre. And silver didn't see $49 again for 14 years. So the silver and gold crashes were part of a massive manipulation campaign from Comex, allegedly. Now, just like the 2011 crash, many believe that we won't see another rally for 14 years on silver and maybe even on gold, but that's fine. People are allowed to be wrong. I mean, yeah, gold fell 26% and silver fell 50%. But did gold all of a sudden stop being money? No, of course not. Did silver all of a sudden lose all of its industrial value? No, of course not. And on silver, by the way, silver is just a smaller market carrying way more leverage. So when the crash comes, it falls twice as hard as gold. Hence the 50% drop versus 26% drop in gold. But the thing is that when the pump comes, silver pumps twice as hard, if not more. The sellers in January weren't people who changed their minds about gold and silver. They were the people who had no choice. And a lot of them were tourists riding the hype anyway. They weren't real gold or silver bugs. So that's who pulled the trigger back then, Comex. But here's the thing about a flush that big. The crooks can only get away with it when the bigger picture provides them a cover story. And that cover came from the Federal Reserve. Quick thing before you go, I've written a free guide called How to Retire Before 2036. It's a full 10-year plan for anyone starting late. Get out of debt, invest properly, retire on time. Free download, link in the description.